Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and welcome back to Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, this time we're on Season 2, Episode 15, titled One Door Closes, and yes, I am very well aware that Season 7 has premiered, the final season, unfortunately, of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has premiered. I haven't seen anything. I've made sure to, carefully, set the few social medias I actually have to block any spoilery content, so I'm lucky in that regard, and it does suck not being where the other people are right now, where you guys are probably at right now, just, happily going off and watching the premiere, but I am more than happy to still continue this show at my own pace and catch up in time. I don't know, I mean, I'm on season 2, season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it's still got a handful of seasons to go until I reach that, and I'm not going to be rushing through anything, I'm not going to be uploading more and more just to get to season 7, but it does. I think it feels weirder that it's the last season now than the fact that a new season has started. So, yeah, no, that feels weirder. But regardless, hope you guys do enjoy season 7. As always, keep the comments spoiler free. But yeah, season 7 has started. So I think this is going to be the year the show ends, and then nothing left for that. But yeah, this channel's still gonna have reactions coming out for the older seasons and leading up to season 7. So enjoy it while it lasts. um, but yeah, so last time we had episode 14, and we were introduced to the Pointier SHIELD, as people call it, run by Agent Robert Gonzalez. I think his name is Robert. I think his last name is Gonzalez. Not that much. Or Gonzalo. No, I don't know. He's played by Edward James Olmos, I think, the guy who played the DDK killer in Dexter, and he's the new kind of, I think, the new director of sorts. I think this one, I mean, initially I looked at it as the fact that all the agents at that table were in some way equal to each other, like they were equal heads, or at least they had equal perspectives on how this shield should be run compared to Coulson's shield, because they all expressed their concerns that Coulson, because of all his kind of rabid goose chasing of alien crap, that he was putting S.H.I.E.L.D. and the world at risk because of all that stuff, and him having been brought back by alien DNA and that having changed him, put the world under his kind of S.H.I.E.L.D. leadership at a compromise. So they then salvaged their own little shield run by them with no Coulson. So that was that, and they introduced Hunter to it all, and Hunter was less than enthusiastic about joining them, and he saw that Bobby was in on the whole thing too, and she couldn't let this go. He made her the offer of just leaving all of this behind and starting a new life as new people, as better people, but she couldn't leave the shield behind. And we saw at the very end that she asked for 6 hours. She said that Skye wasn't really the most imminent threat, that Coulson and his secrets were the imminent threat, so that needed to be taken out. So I don't know. I mean, so she requested 6 more hours to go back in undercover in Shield, to remove that threat, to remove the threat of Coulson and his secrets. So I don't know if that's her actual plan, to actually take out Coulson, and because I think Coulson, I think that Shield has Coulson as its director. So without a director, I mean, well then May would just take over. Coulson's already said that much, that if something does happen to him, if he goes down and May's still alive after he goes down, then he wants May to still take over and be the director, in his wake. So I don't know how that would really change things, and especially if they know that Bobby works for this shield and she was the one who helped take out Coulson, then it would make things even darker. It would make things even trickier to handle. But yeah, we had the stuff with the Pointy shield. We had Daisy was sent to a shield safe house, a literal cabin near a lake with a laser grid perimeter fence. And she was made some power dampening gloves by Gemma, and she was told that she just had to stay in the safe house for at least a few weeks and just see how things went on with the gloves as well, and actually allow her to adapt. I mean, I think it doesn't really reduce them that much, just enough that she doesn't have that she can't use them in any damaging ways, because the last time she did use them, she directed them inward and then ended up bursting a few capillaries and whatnot. So yeah, she's gonna be able to readjust with her powers, with some kind of baseline level powers, I believe. But we had that. We had 33 and Ward. We saw them for the first time in ages. We saw them. They they initially hunted down the guy who designed the face masks and then had him fix her face mask up. So I think he kind of healed it up and then allowed her to download some new faces. So she tried that, and then one of them was Skye's, and the stuff she used Daisy's face for was disturbing, to say the least. But they then found he then offered her closure. He then wanted to offer he wanted to offer 33 the same closure that he received by killing his family, and they tracked down Bakshi and kidnapped him from the US government's custody, from Talbot's custody, and they started to brainwash him using the same techniques that Whitehall used on her. So where they're gonna go with that, I don't know. I mean, I can't see Bakshi surviving this season. Honestly, with Whitehall gone, I cannot see Bakshi surviving this season and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how that stuff runs. But that is pretty much all I have from the last one. So episode 15, one door closes. Let's go. Oh crap!
No! I don't like liars. So with that in mind, where are the ship's schematics?
Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh. Oh Christ! Wait, what?
What the hell is that?
Oh, Bobby! Bobby! Okay, she came in all guns a blazing. Nice. Oh, Isabel Hartley. Okay. Hey. Didn't know we get Xena Warrior Princess back. Oh, R.I.P. Tim. R.I.P. Wait, so they were SHIELD agents?
Time to get moving.
Sir, I gotta say this is quite an honor. I know how much Lola means.
He's letting him touch Lola?
Peek under the hood.
I just want you to be safe, Skye. You know that, right?
I do. It means a lot, Gemma. Thank you.
Okay then. Call me if you need anything.
I will. Bye.
It's good to see they have somewhat of a good relationship between them still.
I told you, Leo. I'm only trying to help.
Oh, Leo.
Whatever, Gemma.
Oh. A laser cutter? You think he's not going to notice that? You're laser cutting into his desk?
Testing when you joined my team. Okay then.
Oh, damn. Oh, yep. Undercover people. Undercover people, yeah. Oh.
I told Coulson there was no way. I hate being wrong.
Oh, God. It's all going down again. This is fucking turn again. Oh, we're going to get May versus Bobby. We're going to get May versus Bobby. May versus Morse. Oh, we're going to get May versus Morse. Oh.
May?
Okay, now this is a civil war. This is a civil war. Oh, jeez. Oh, they're both as good as each other. Oh, damn, power outage. Oh, no. And he escaped just like that, really? God damn it.
He embedded a scanner into little Lola's engine. It was programmed to find anything with vibranium.
That's what was in the toolbox. The toolbox was made of vibranium. Oh.
Commander Gonzalez, wait.
Still left quite a mark.
Oof. So that's why he's got that cane of his. Yeah. Oof. Yep, still a long way to go with healing. Oof. A secret. What's in the walls? Oh. A metal wall. Oh, damn. That's a fucking punch print. Yeah, that's a punch print. If your hand was the fucking Hulk's. Yeah, close those curtains. Yeah, this is just...
Why did you make me watch Paranormal Activity?
Oh, yeah, that's not gonna help. Don't... I'm sorry, you watch Paranormal Activity and you still open the door? Are you crazy? Okay, no, this just took a very uncomfortable turn into... Whoa! Gordon! Gordon's here!
May I come in?
No, you may not. No, you're forbidden. You're a vampire. You're forbidden from entering.
I wish you wouldn't stare. That was a joke. I'm not very good at them.
Yeah.
I don't mind that you're curious, honestly. This was the obvious change for me.
So is his skin covering his eyes? Because
Just
they
as profound.
look like they're bulging
See, this
out still.
changes everyone differently.
Yeah. Oh, Gemma's cocking a gun. Damn. She's packing.
You don't have the tools or the understanding that you need just yet.
To do what?
To be who you were always meant to be.
To be
Without fear,
Daisy.
without pain. I'll take you to a place where you can be with people like us.
With other Inhumans. How many more are there?
Us? How many are there?
Yeah.
You can learn about yourself. Your gift.
How many are there,
When you're
Gordon?
safe, I'll find you.
How will you find...
Trust me, I'll know.
Yeah. Whoa! Jeez.
We really should get going.
You see, it's the sound effect that got me. Had it been silent, I would have been like, oh, that's cool. The sound effect. Oh, oh, that was good. Oh, that was good.
Coulson, May? I've got
Oh, Gemma, you absolute genius. Oh, that was badass. That was badass. I love her so much. I love her so much.
They call it a boxer's break.
You getting ready for a point here, G?
Oh, they have to put something back into place, or?
Kind of pain. It was the kind you can't feel.
Oh, yeah, putting it back into place, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anymore?
Franny's Saloon.
Bobby.
Franny's Saloon?
Pissed you know that.
Wait, is that the thing he had that belonged to someone else? I think he had to give something back to Isabel's sister or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What about you?
We're carrying a cargo that we can't let Hydra get their hands on.
What kind of cargo?
We're gonna help you finish this job.
Oh, damn. But they didn't sink it, though, because that ship is still up and running. It's what the base is for the Pointier SHIELD, so they clearly didn't sink it. Oh, a gas mask. Why was there a...
Get out.
Are they gonna gas the place? Is there... They were trying to gas the place. Oh, damn. Oh, damn! Oh, they were gonna break in. Oh, it's him. It's fucking Cadrano, whatever his name is. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Come on, Xena. Oh, damn.
And I heard from Vic. She's gonna hold the hub.
Oh, Victoria
What if
Hand.
we can take back the ship?
Yeah, she doesn't make it out of this one.
More decks.
Bold. Taking it to the house that Banner built.
That's why I like to take
Oh,
a team of
Banner.
tactical
Oh,
agents,
okay.
retrieve it.
Sends a pretty aggressive message.
That makes sense then. The giant handprint. Yeah.
Doesn't mean she can't hold.
Familiar face couldn't hurt.
You're gonna take her out too? Over my dead body. Over my dead body. You will go anywhere near Skye.
Good.
Whoa, that's new. That's new and cool. Oh, that is cool. Look at you go, Skye. Look at her go. So she can control the vibrations of water. That's awesome. That's awesome. So one pep talk from Gordon, she can actually understand herself just a little bit better.
May?
Oh, is the connection gone? Oh, shit. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Oh god, run.
We don't live to regret this, Agent Morse.
Just hope we'll live.
Oh, Hartley, why did you have to say that line? Why'd they have to kill Xena for? She could have been a badass SHIELD agent. Yeah, let those bullets fly. Let those bullets fly.
You put spies on my team, invaded my base.
Yeah, you did not go the best way about doing this.
Bring down SHIELD. Hydra did.
We'll let them make their own decisions.
Oh, May, that's my girl.
Already made mine.
That's my girl. Oh, yeah.
Hydra released and enhanced on them. Found Weaver fighting to protect the ones
Enhanced?
that were left behind.
What kind of
She's
enhanced?
actually
Oh, what, did they release Deathlock on her? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, she was trained by... Oh, no, never mind. Come on. That's it. Boom, 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 boom. That's my girl. Yeah, she was trained by Agent May, dumbass. Yeah. Whoa. Holy crap. Oh. She tore a tree to pieces! Oh! Not just that tree either, a bunch of trees. A handful of trees. Oh, Skye.
Gordon, help.
Yeah, Gordon. Oh yeah, Gordon's coming in. Gordon's coming in.
Would you like to go home?
Oh, he's taking her in. He's taking her in. Oh. Oh, God.
Let me guess. She got the house.
Oh, another SHIELD agent. Hunter! Hey! A message?
What's that? You offered me a permanent position.
Yeah! A permanent agent of SHIELD. That's my boy. Yeah. Okay, great. Great. Oh, that was a much higher episode than the last one. Much higher episode than the last one. Oof. Okay. Yeah, got new headphones, so these are, infinitely more comfortable than the ones I've been wearing for the past 10, 12 years. Oh, okay. So yeah, where do we start with this? Let me move my mouse, hold on. Where do we start with this stuff? Oof. Ugh. Okay, so I think, right, they did a great job with the flashbacks. I think they did a great job with the flashbacks, actually showing us yet another perspective of what happened the day SHIELD fell. Because I think, I think the perspectives can differ. The perspectives can very, very easily differ from how you watch the fall of SHIELD. How, in what order you watch it. If you watch it from the movie perspective first, or if you watch it from the TV show perspective first. So they converge, and it's just, it's easily one of the biggest times. This is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., not just Agents of the MCU. This is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D. is easily something that in the movies you see how it impacts it. S.H.I.E.L.D. falls, the Avengers no longer answer to anyone else, they become their own private organization. That then leads into Civil War, all that stuff, but with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it literally becomes a case of, it literally turns into somewhat of a psychological thriller for these characters. Their friends are either dead or turned. The enemy that they thought they defeated decades ago, then shows up again, and they show up in such a quick and surprising way that, not S.H.I.E.L.D. can't very easily fight back against that kind of ambush. So they lose a lot of people who are either turned to Hydra out of fear or killed in retaliation. So with these flashbacks, it showed, I think, it showed how Mac was a SHIELD agent originally. He was a chief engineer there, so he worked there for a long time before coming to Coulson's SHIELD. And it shows exactly what he and Bobby and Gonzalez and even Hartley, I had no idea she was a SHIELD agent before that. I'm assuming she was, because she was still wearing the getup and she was still a part of that team, so I'm assuming she was. But after the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D., she then, we only saw her first as a mercenary working alongside of Idaho and Hunter, and then she joined S.H.I.E.L.D. after that, but she still never joined them as an actual S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. She just, they joined, but they still somewhat kept up their cover of being mercenaries, so I had no idea she was actually a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent on that side beforehand. But yeah, showing those flashbacks, actually showing how many people they lost, how devastating the attack was, and Hydra taking no prisoners either. Hydra, we saw Rumlow talking about it in Winter Soldier. Hydra doesn't take no prisoners. They give you orders, and if you don't follow them, then you die. And the guy saying he doesn't like liars, and Tim lied to try and protect protect Mac. So he lost Tim. He lost a dear friend then. So seeing those flashbacks was really cool, just offering that kind of different perspective. And there was a nice kind of black and white-ish kind of filter showing how it wasn't just a past, it was a much darker past that all of them had to face, some of them alone, some of them together, and a lot of people were separated because of the attack. And the world itself was turned upside down. S.H.I.E.L.D. was easily one of the biggest, arguably one of, if not the biggest, kind of intelligence agencies in the world, and then Hydra comes up and just turns everything tits up. So so then the world took the backlash from it as well. But then I wonder, I don't remember there being any references like this, but I wonder if, because obviously the biggest impact was obviously, I do remember reference, I should correct myself, I do remember reference, obviously the biggest impact that hit close to home was the fact that there were Hydra agents inside S.H.I.E.L.D., but we had other people, there were, the guy in Winter Soldier, he was arrested. I can't remember who he was, but in Iron Man 2, he was the guy that was a part of the panel that tried to convince Tony to give up his suit, as property to the U.S. government for them to use as a weapon. Like that guy, I can't remember who he was, but he was a Hydra agent. He was arrested alongside everyone else in Winter Soldier. So he was like he was actually a government member. He was a member of the U.S. government. So I think it would have been cooler to see like to hear references at least to how many other people Hydra had in even higher, like outside of Shield, outside of Hydra and Shield, how many people Hydra had inside like law enforcement and like the governments and other like positions of power that allow them to manipulate themselves even further, like scientists as well and doctors and other stuff. Because they mentioned Project Insight. Fury came up with that. Fury obviously did. He said he convinced the World Security Council that they needed a way to analyze threats before they happen, and then Hydra hijacked that. I think. Wait, no. No, but then that stuff, like, I don't get it, because we saw Zola saying that he wrote the algorithm for Insight, but then, but I think it could have been, but his consciousness was preserved, so he could have still done it in the present day. Okay, yeah. I was wondering how he could have done it in the present day, but yeah, because he was still Hail Hard Drive for anyone anyone who gets that reference, power to you. But he wrote the algorithm for them, so then the Hydra knew about Fury's plan for Insight, and then they hijacked onto that and said, we can, if he's going to use this to take out threats before they happen, Hydra could do the same. That's what they said, like evaluate their threats past to analyze the past to evaluate their future and then take them out according to that. So they had so I think in that sense it maybe would kind of infer that they had people in those other places, like they had people in the government, law enforcement, in in labs and stuff, working all over the world, just secret spies outside of the intelligence agency, I think. But to hear more references about that would have actually been a great way to actually show just how much reach they had over the years. Like, so they spread their seeds out over the years and plant people in different places, and then all in one fell swoop they all come out from under everyone else and be like, yep, hail Hydra, boom boom bang bang. But yeah, seeing the flashbacks was great, and even Bobby claimed that she had a mission from Fury himself. She had some kind of mission of her own to actually sink the ship, and initially Gonzalez agreed with it because apparently because they had like some kind of cargo that Hydra couldn't get their hands on. So I mean, the fact that they didn't explain it, I'm guessing it maybe means some kind of high-tech weapon or some other kind of intel that would be deadly in Hydra's hands. I guess there's not really too much thinking into that, but I think it would have been good if they still explained it somewhat. But I guess again that means just any cargo is just you can't really land into the hands of Hydra, but. Yeah, but then afterwards, he felt like after they all managed to survive after that and actually retake the ship, he then agreed and said that if they'd followed Fury's orders, then they would have lost more men and women than they could have actually saved. So yeah, that was fun stuff. And Hartley as well. It was great to see her. It was great to see Lucy Lawless coming back as Agent Hartley. And yeah, that line, like, sure as hell hope we live to tell this tale, and she did. She lived for long enough, and she didn't really make it past the first damn episode, but she lived for long enough to still continue some good work. And then, and then the necklace that Bobby gave her, I think it said like Franny's Saloon or something. I don't know if that was the same one, because I think when after Idaho and Hartley died, he did have to give like a necklace. He did have to leave a necklace in the custody of Hartley's sister. So I don't know if that was the same one or if this was a different one. But yeah, that was that. But yeah, Coulson made a good point when he said, if you wanted to talk to me or confront me about, what you think of me and the way I run S.H.I.E.L.D., then you should just talk to me. Like, instead, he chose to plant not one, but two spies of his own inside S.H.I.E.L.D., ones who slowly but surely made plans to steal intel from this S.H.I.E.L.D. and hand it over to the real S.H.I.E.L.D., and then they release the dendrotoxin gas in the base, and they shut it down and everything, and they just they blow a hole in the wall and just fight their way in and capture all of these people. Like, it's borderline Hydra move. It's borderline Hydra MO. It's a borderline Hydra MO. Like, instead of actually making themselves known and then or arranging a meeting with Coulson, they literally just kidnap his people, tie them up, and then just shoot their way into his base. I mean, they didn't kill anyone, sure. Like, they had the ice attack, which I'm willing to guess that either Mac and or Bobby, gave them samples of it and they reproduced it for their own efforts. But the dendrotoxin gas is, I mean, I'm guessing that is what's actually inside the ISO bullets as well, so it's like a knockout gas. But yeah, at that point he made the fact that even in the last episode they made it a point to say that they run this shield because they don't trust Coulson with the other one. But then they never even made a point to actually talk to him about. I mean, they trusted him so little that I guess we as the viewers could probably guess that he wouldn't really give up his position at S.H.I.E.L.D. He wouldn't really give up his side of S.H.I.E.L.D. to hand over control to them, or he wouldn't really. I mean, they'd have a peaceful conversation, but he probably wouldn't have a very, 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 very peaceful conclusion. Like, the conclusion they came to would probably end up with there's still two sides, like a S.H.I.E.L.D. civil war almost. And this basically is almost like a S.H.I.E.L.D. civil war, like two sides of S.H.I.E.L.D. One that thinks it's better, and the other one that just got attacked in one fell swoop again. So. Yeah, I don't know. It's mind blowing. Yeah, this last episode was a lot calmer. This one just definitely took me by surprise. But yeah, that was a very good point he made. And the safe house. Okay, that giant fist print, that punch print in the wall makes a lot more sense now that we know that the safe house was built by Banner. So, oh wait. At the end of the Incredible Hulk, we did see him in his own little cabin in the woods. I haven't seen that movie in a long time, but I still remember that ending. But the one with Edward Norton, I still remember that ending. He was in like a cabin, out in the middle of nowhere, and he was counting down the days until he turned green, and his eyes turned green and everything. So he built that cabin. So I think it's safe to say that maybe that cabin is the same cabin, but he built it with the insides being wooden, maybe the outsides being wooden too, but then the layer between the walls was pure metal. So I think that could be vibranium or something, because I think we've seen regular, earth steels, like, like steel or whatever, regular earth steels like steel. Like, regular earth metals don't really do very much. You can just tear them apart, use them as weapons even. So vibranium, it's built to absorb any and all impact at all, so it would make more sense for him to actually use that. So it still takes a punch. It still takes a hell of a punch. And that shows that he's still, in the process of him trying to control his stress, he would still Hulk out. He would still, he was still trying to control it. He reached a point, but what he did to reach that point, he had to transform and, unleash his stress a lot of the time in order for that to work, in order for him to get that "I'm always angry" line in the first Avengers. But yeah, so he still had to, punch a few times and stuff. So I was wondering, like, who else could have that handprint? Like, I think at first glance I couldn't tell if it was like something that someone had thrown, like maybe Steve threw like a microwave into the wall or something, and then it left a dent. But no, then the closer, like, even Skye putting her hand up to it, I was like, wait, no, that's got some curves and grooves in it. It looks like a punch print. I was like, well, damn, it's almost as the Hulk punched it, which he did. So yeah, so he had that stuff in like a laser grid. So he built that entire retreat. He built it for himself, and then we know that S.H.I.E.L.D. still kept tabs on him afterwards. Like Romanoff said, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s been keeping their distance, but we've still been keeping our eye on you to see how things get on. So that's cool. So now Skye was able to use it, and it has no internet. Apparently, I mean, well, yeah, I think it has no internet. Yeah, Well, no, knowing Bruce, I think going on the internet, going on social media, it would only make him angrier. It would honestly only make him angrier. So it's understandable that he wanted to avoid the internet and just try some meditation, maybe some yoga. Like, imagine the Hulk doing yoga, like a backwards or like a downwards warrior pose, and like a flower. And imagine the Hulk meditating, him just sitting cross-legged with the pose and everything. That is quite a sight. But yeah, she was doing all right. She was actually she was doing her best to control her powers, and Gordon showed up. So Gordon met Daisy. So he was very, very friendly. Understandably, he had no ill intentions towards her. He just he just made it known that there was nothing wrong with her. Like taking the Fitz route in reassuring her that there's nothing wrong with her. But also with the added twist of being inhuman, like, oh, I know what you are because I'm like you. Like, I went through the Terrigenesis, the mist changed me too. I've got powers and stuff, and yeah, like, you know, like him, obviously, you know, like you know, making her feel comfortable with staring at him too, because, you know, it's true. I'd say he's still got eyes, because I think you could still kind of see that kind of the bulge where the eyes would be, but it looks like there's just some skin covering his eyes. So that's like an interesting. I think that's just like an interesting parallel to whatever his powers are. So he can, like, a guy who can't see the way that normal people can see, but he can still teleport to wherever he wants, and he can still kind of, you know, make eye contact and stuff. But yeah, so he can still see somehow. I think maybe you know, I mean, we saw what happened to Daredevil. We saw what happened to Matt Murdock. He lost his eye. He lost his vision, and his other senses grew stronger. So maybe the same thing. Maybe Gordon trained himself to have the same thing. Maybe he has sonar vision too. But you know, he introduced himself to Skye, and he told her that there were others like her, and that there was like a haven, or like a place full of other Inhumans and stuff that, you know, she could meet, and other people like her, a place where she could actually feel normal. So yeah, so there's other Inhumans. I don't know the likelihood of us actually meeting the people from the Inhumans TV show, like Black Bolt and Medusa and Lockjaw. I think I'd love to meet Lockjaw. He's the cutest teleporting dog in the history of, you know, dogs, or pop culture dogs. But I don't think we're gonna meet them. And I mean, we might get a reference here and there, like I mean, because I think. I think that show, it is still like a part of the MCU. It is still a part of this universe. It's just its own self-contained story with its own characters and stuff. So yeah, but there are others. We don't know how many others, but there are others. I think we know there's Gordon. We know there's Raina. We know there's Skye. So there's 3 people we know. But other people, I'm looking forward to meeting them. I think it'll be interesting to see how, like, what other kinds of powers there are. Because Gordon, the only power we know he has is teleportation. Like, we haven't seen him fight. We don't know if, I mean, chances are he's probably like a master kung fu artist and stuff. But, you know, seeing Skye beat down on that agent, you know, her, she initially getting floored and then fighting back, like, yeah, I was trained by Melinda, mate. I can kick your ass back to Kansas and back. But yeah, so in the end, he did actually rescue her. In the end, he did actually come back. You know, she saw the damage she did. So Calderon shoots her with an icer. She then stops the bullet Neo style, sends out waves to send it back, but then the waves just tear the trees apart, or at least one tree. It tore one tree apart, literally splintered it to pieces, and Calderon was the only one hit. Yeah, you shoot, yeah, you hit, you get hit back. You shoot something at her, she'll hit you back. That's karma. That's karma. That's how it works. It goes around, it comes around. But yeah, he was hit in the shoulder with a chunk of tree, and then Bobby was floored as well. And after seeing the damage she did, she called out to Gordon for help, and he sensed it. And he came in, and he gave her that good old, friendly hug, and he teleported her away. So I'm interested to see what the dynamic between them is. I mean, I don't know if Cal is still in their custody, if her father is still in their custody, if he's been released by them, or if they've decided his judgment or whatever. But I think it'll be interesting to see him again, him and Daisy's interaction. But Gordon never mentioned. I mean, it's probably because he doesn't know that it was her mother. But Gordon never mentioned who actually mentored him. He said, he had a mentor, a guide, and she trained him how to use his powers and how to live with them. But he never mentioned who it was. So I wonder. But again, he does. I think, or does he know? No, I think he knows her name. He knows it's Jiaying, but he doesn't know that it's actually Skye's mother. He doesn't. I think either he doesn't know or he hasn't told her yet. But I don't know. Either way, there's been no direct reference of that. So yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how we meet up and how she actually interacts with the other Inhumans when we get to the next episode. So that will be fun. But yeah, we saw that ending too. So Coulson was back where the sun shines, and you get a handful of umbrellas and drinks. I'm wondering, is that the real Tahiti? Is that the real Tahiti? Did he finally make it to the real Tahiti? I think at first my mind jumped to like maybe Hawaii or Honolulu or something. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if Honolulu is Honolulu in Hawaii. My geography is atrocious. Okay, forgive me. But I was wondering, that would be a nice that would be a nice way of coming like weirdly full circle. Like, you know, he actually gets to visit the real Tahiti and gets to get a drink there. Finally, he gets to the real magical place, not the one that was pre-programmed into him after his resurrection. But he got there, and he was, you know, coming up with new plans to try and find Skye and to find out where she went and to get her back to safety. And then Hunter comes back in. Hunter's back in the game. He washed up ashore, and he also signed his contract on a napkin. That's such a Hunter thing to do. That's such a Hunter thing to do. You just find a random piece of paper, even if it's not actual writable paper, and you just get a pen, just put his signature down, and he's like, yeah, you offered me that position, and now that's my contract. I'm now happily a official permanent member of S.H.I.E.L.D., of your S.H.I.E.L.D., of course. He made it clear. He signed Coulson's contract, not Gonzalez's contract, not Calderon's contract. He's not joining the Pointier S.H.I.E.L.D., he's joining Coulson's S.H.I.E.L.D., the S.H.I.E.L.D. that in his eyes is the real S.H.I.E.L.D. So, yeah, and I think it was good to see him in the last episode, even somewhat humorously. It was good to see him in the last episode actually actively defending Coulson's S.H.I.E.L.D. and being like, you know, sure, he's got his secrets, he has his reservations, but overall, Coulson is a good leader. He knows what he's doing. He gets the job done. He gives clear, concise orders. He fights to protect the world. He's not like, you know, using his secrets to try and harm the world. He's not trying to, you know, like everything he does is in the best interest of the world. Like even when he said to Bobby in, I think a few episodes back, like back when they were trying to look for the alien city, even when he said to Bobby, like, you know, oh, that vendor, those people buying vegetables for dinner, those other people buying hats and stuff, like those are the people we fight to protect. We fight to protect the world. We're the first and hopefully the last line of defense. Like they're the people who go up to fight, and then hopefully the threat never has to get past them. Like, you know, they're protecting the innocents of the world who potentially have no idea what's going on, and they can go about their lives and never having to worry about the darker threats that are out there. I mean, after New York, it's not really that possible anymore. They know that aliens are out there. But yeah, that kind of stuff. Like, you know, after he even said that kind of stuff, it's kind of surprising to see that Bobby still has reservations after knowing what Coulson's intentions are. But Hunter, he made his intentions clear. He's ready and willing to serve under Coulson. He trusts him. He likes him. So he's now signed on as a permanent member of S.H.I.E.L.D. So yeah, but this S.H.I.E.L.D., I think it's having some trouble. It's having some trouble. That goes without saying. But yeah, he's ready to fight. He's ready to fight. So we'll see him as Agent Lance Hunter in the coming episodes. And I think that now that, you know, stuff got amped up quite a bit, the playground was taken over. Gemma and Fitz are tasked with looking after Mackenzie. His name is Mackenzie. After looking after Mac, and also helping the Pointier S.H.I.E.L.D. unlock the toolbox, which I don't know if they can, but, you know, not like an insult to their skills, but, you know, and it's made of vibranium too. I didn't know that. So the scanner in Little Lola was actually designed to seek out anything made of vibranium. So the toolbox is made of vibranium. That's a cool aspect. So yeah, cool stuff. Fun stuff. Very amped up episode. So very nice to return to that kind of, you know, high stakes kind of thing. So how the stuff with these two different factions of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to go down, I have no idea. I mean, Hydra's still out there. Whitehall is gone, but Hydra's out there. There's still Strucker. There's still Dr. List. There's still the other heads are dead. But Strucker is still out there. List is still out there. I mean, I don't even know if these guys know about them, but, you know, Hydra is in some fashion still out there. So surely, you know, they should still be focused on that common enemy. Even if they've done a good job up until now of defeating the higher heads, like, you know, what about the smaller rats that failed to go down with the ship? Like, you know, like Fury said, like, you know, it's the common enemy that's still out there, and they're fighting amongst themselves like children with guns and dendrotoxin. But nevertheless, fun episode. Let me know what you guys thought. If I missed out on anything or misinterpreted something, feel free to correct me in the comments. But yeah, looking forward to the next one, and I'll see you guys there. So yeah, that was Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, Episode 15, titled One Door Closes. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment and read all the episode on what you think is coming next in this season, and what you think of everything that went down in this episode. And yeah, that's it. So I will see you guys next time.